1. Doug liked the idea of a Middle Eastern boy because that cultural background was so unique to audiences at the time.
Down, boy.
Haji go. Elephant, his brother.
Haji, no!
Haji, come back here!
And could also be worked into the various stories and exotic locations. Something else that set Jonny Quest apart was an animated series with a true sense of place, of an authentic geography, because the quest traveled around the world. As a result, the globe-trotting plot lines gave the show a super cool and very international feel. The score also seemed to take great delight in the different locales as well, and there was a cavalcade of not just foreign lands and people, but of their indigenous wildlife as well.
I have some business with race, naturally, but I might ask you the same question.
Again, taking a cue from Milt Caniff's comic strip, Jade was the Quest version of the Dragon Lady from Terry and the Pirates. The Dragon Lady, like Race and Jade, had a complex and unpredictable relationship with the show's heroes.
Race, you're not very complimentary. You've been in Hong Kong 3 days, and the first time I see you is when Dr. Quest gets himself kidnapped. Do you think I had something to do with it?
No, Jade, I didn't say that. But you'd never turn down an opportunity to add to your bank account.
I have expensive taste, Race, but I almost never kidnap my friends. For money, that is.
In the world of Jonny Quest, Jade's relationship with Race Bannon spoke to not just a backstory,
There's only one Race Bannon,
but the suggestion of an erotic life for these two animated characters on 60s TV.
Money with me, but how about this for a down payment?
That's a good lesson for us, Haji. When we grow up, everything's gonna be strictly cash.
Doug said that the Jonny Quest show had good writers, but not at first. He said most of the early writers hired by Hanna-Barbera were still trying to make a Popeye cartoon out of the Quest adventures. Then they started hiring writers from television, radio, and movies, and the quality of the scripts reflected this. If there was a script that came in that I didn't like, Wildey said, it would get changed. In that way, I had control. If that's even the right word to use, because Doug also reported that usually Joe Barbera, or Barbera and the writer, would work out the problems until the story, to use Doug Wildey's own words, was something I could get jazzed up about and could start storyboarding. In the villains, as well as in some of the stories, there were oftentimes something unique and inspired.
Do you understand?
Like the wheelchair-bound Dean, who somehow had ended up in the Amazon with a prehistoric pteranodon.
You will hunt the intruders tomorrow.
Not only still alive, but as his pet and protector.
Come now.
Whatever this unspoken backstory is, it points out the wonderful imagination behind a great deal of the shows. Writer William D. Hamilton penned the Toru the Terrible script, as well as many others of the 26. Bill Hamilton was a writer-director, first for movies and then for an anthology show called Lucky Strike Theater back in the 50s. Another writer who came onto Quest, Walter Black, wrote for I Spy, Gilligan's Island, Rawhide, Bonanza, Gunsmoke, Hawaii Five-0, and The Streets of San Francisco. Doug says he did control about 19 of the eventual 26 scripts for the series, but many of the scripts that he did not like got by him and became episodes.